Here we go. Here we go. Make sure we've got the scene correct. Yes, we do. Hello and welcome, folks. We've got match 4 of the WHESCL, and it is going to be in the red corner, in the top right. Speef playing as Tomb Kings versus bottom left, Krioria in the green. Tried and true, his favorite race, the Demons of Chaos. So let's see, altar already up. Cesspool for the Nurgle as well, and he's going to start with the Blighted One, his hero of choice in this matchup. And on the other side, second burial chamber being built, altar coming up, barracks early. I expect this to be probably just Tomb Guards for Speef. He's going Incantation of Death, that's the spec he chose. We'll see if it's just the Nurgle spec here for Krioria. Does look like it's going to be so. Does look like it's going to be the case, I should say. An interesting choice here. So, yep, no scouting, no creeping going to be done with the Hierophants. They're just going to be hidden in the back next to the gold mine and kept safe. We'll see if they join the army at any point. The Blighted One already up for Krioria, and he can just start creeping right away. Yep, alright. Forge is coming up. Not quite on time, but that does mean Tomb Guards are on the menu. And the Lich, the hero of choice, quite a good pairing for them. So, Krioria starting up his creeping. Looks like it's going quite well. Which means creeping for this hero, the Lich coming up soon, will be a little bit delayed in comparison. But overall, everything pretty even. Some of the units now finishing here for Krioria. We'll see what he decides to make. The Lich comes up. Is he just going to start scouting right away? Maybe straight to the enemy base to harass? Oh, shop being built. First unit up for Krioria is going to be the Plague Bearer. Wow, okay. And now just straight into creeping with the Lich. So he's going to take Shockwave first, and most of this mana is just going to be spent to clear that creep camp. Well, in the meantime though, now that we have the specs, we can talk about them a little bit. Incantation of Death, the spec of choice here for Speef. I believe that buffs some of the casters, but overall it's just a balanced spec. And on the other side, the spec for Krioria is indeed just the Nurgle spec, which means a little bit of evasion, strength, but overall the unit's better at destroying buildings than anything else really. So you always want to look to pair them with some of the different units from the other demon lines. Wow, replenishment potion gifted over to Speef here by the creeps. That means he can take this creep camp just fine. Tomb Guard's now coming up. The Forge did finish, so I expect him to tech pretty soon here. Wow, Mantle of Intelligence, level 2 for the Lich. That is very good. Oh, Sentry Wards, okay. So Sentry Wards, unfortunate for Krioria here, but he will be able to do a little bit of scouting with them, I suppose. He's going to set the first one clear next to his expansion and catches... That was funny. He catches Speef right on time. So he sees Speef wrapping into his expansion or possible expansion here. And what is Speef going to do? Wow, straight into the base. He's got 2 Tomb Guards and he's just going straight into the base. Wants to see what's going on. Sees this has been cleared. Sees this unit here. Building production basically done here, but not quite. There it is. Finished now. Ooh, 1 worker goes down though. Could have maybe looked to just build something and sack it, but it is a lot of micro. It's understandable. Sometimes that stuff is forgotten about. And now we have our first skirmish. So there is a third Tomb Guard going to join the fight. But yep, heroes trapped There's no healing, there's no shop still, and that means TP going to be used, and I expect Speef to just get out of here. So, nice pressure there from Speef. Delays any creeping, forces the TP, and of course it's going to force Krioria to make a shop at some point here soon. Otherwise there will be no healing on the way, and that is going to pose a problem. So we'll see when that shop comes up. Does have workers standing around. Could of course decide to do so, but doesn't have the resources maybe yet to do it. Meanwhile though, more and more Tomb Guards joining the army. Tech to T2 did start during that skirmish, and we already had one upgrade finished. Didn't see that, so 1-1 upgrades also on the way during T1. So the army for Speef is strong, and only getting stronger. Meanwhile, Krioria going to go back to creeping. Hopefully gets a better item. No, Kite Shield. Well, I suppose it's not bad. You do get negative armor sometimes as the Demons of Chaos, depending on how lucky or unlucky you are. So that might help him delay things while he tries to get his economy and his units really up to speed, but he's behind on tech. Doesn't have a shop still, and is teching to T2 now, but I suppose he's not behind. This seems faster than it should be, but you know, his tech's coming up a little bit faster, so I said he was behind on tech, but maybe not so much. Unless this is... No, this is just building the forge. Yeah, he's still going to be... No. Interesting, interesting. I'm learning just as all of you are probably here, but alright, never mind. So he will be equal in tech, but still no shop, meaning the hero is a little bit low. So Speef checking the expo first once again. Doesn't decide to clear the creeps over here. Just going to go straight into the main and attack once again. So he's focusing on the building first. Does get a little bit of damage into the worker. An elemental I expect to be sacked if the micro is good. Nope, looks like he's bringing the Tomb Guards over. Ignores the elemental. And he's going to focus on the first of the pink cores. This should go down. Does go down once. Comes back up. And this is where it gets kind of scary. Demons of Chaos, their units, they die. They come back quite often. And that means extra XP over to the enemy if you have no way of fighting back. That looks like exactly what is the case here. Oh, it's tons of XP. The Lich already almost level 4. Yep, does get level 4 off of that last unit. So Sage is now joining, but they're too late. No healing going to be applied to any of this army that was once standing. And the Tomb Guards for Speef looking quite healthy. Saving a lot of his own units. Only lost one Tomb Guard so far. And may lose another one here. And will do so. So 2 Tomb Guards, but most of the Demons of Chaos army was taken out. Slanishi Spear finished now, but no shop. And Speef once more. Nope. Alright. Hero being focused a bit. Does get one Decaying Sage, and may get another. Yes, he will. One more Sage going to go down. Will he get a third? Oh, we've got some instant sacks. Or instant units for Krioria. 1 Bloodletter is up. 3 more. And what is Speef going to do? Hero focus once again. But alright. Speef being safe, being cautious. He's not going to chase too far. 1 more Sage goes down. They do decay in health. That's what's interesting about them, but it's in the name. And Speef rotating low units out very well. The micro is good, and he is going to back away. So yeah, once again, saved a ton of Tomb Guards. Great micro from Speef. And during all that, he was still making plenty more Tomb Guards. Economy looks good. Tech to T3 was started. And yeah, this looks tough. This looks very, very tough for Krioria. He's going to build a tower. Shop comes up finally. Get some healing for his units, but the army is just, I mean, decimated. Absolutely decimated. So plenty of Tomb Guards still alive, all now being healed up. And the attack can resume very quickly. There's Speef. Meanwhile, Krioria just trying to bring up more units, but he needs gold. And there is no expo. What does he plan to do? Looks like he's going to try and come over, clear his expo, and get it built. But the army for Speef, it's already on the way. His tech to T3 is getting closer and closer, and I expect a second hero to join us soon. But 2-1 upgrades, going to be finished soon. And that might just be the dagger. Expansion being cleared relatively quickly. Ring of Regen, great item for Krioria, but the base, yep, has to back up. Not going to be able to finish this because the base, well, the base is under attack. And once this tower goes down, there is nothing left to defend it. Besides the army. More Tomb Guards filing in. Second hero for Krioria in production. The Mastermind is on the way. But what about now? Mastermind is still a while away. One Bloodletter going to be saved, but one going to go down in its place. Second Bloodletter dies for the first time, comes back up. Going to be focused down as well. The third goes down. Plague Bearer down as well. And uh-oh. Just like that, the army's gone. Speef, level 5 on the Lich. Sentinel being built in Krioria's base as well. Mastermind comes up. But it's too late. No healing going to be applied to the army because it's already dead. Blighted one dead as well. 2-1 upgrades on these Tomb Guards. And they're just doing so much damage. Taking so little damage. Krioria takes out at least one. But unless something huge happens, this looks like it's done. The shop, now the focus for Speef, as well as the T2. And this T2's got to survive. Bloodletters being pressured once again, level 6 on the Lich. Does get the urn for the Starfall. We'll see if he decides to use it. It's a little bit risky, but nope. Just going to focus on the buildings once again. Forge of Souls. They all deal true damage, and just like that, the Forge is gone. No T2, which means no second hero in production anymore for Krioria, and I expect that to be GG. Can he do anything to surprise me? I don't think so. The Sentinels are up in the back as well. They can be mobilized if necessary. And yep, now the gold mine, the production being stopped. There's no workers on wood except for one. Workers in the gold mine. The units dying one by one, and GG. Yep. Krioria gonna tap out and call it for game 1. And that goes to Speef. So, overall, well played by both players. But it's always scary playing as Demons of Chaos. Fighting skirmishes. Once the units go down, well, they come back up. And that's great and all. But it also means if they die again, it's just more and more XP over to your opponent. So, we'll see what's in store for game 2. Okay, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me, and we are here in game 2 of this series between Krioria and Speef. Krioria, once again, playing as the Demons of Chaos, also in the bottom left in the green, and top right in the blue. Speef playing as the Dogs of War here on Last Refuge. So with the way that game 1 went, we'll see if there's too many changes from Krioria here. But I can't say I expect him to be satisfied with the results. On the other side, though, Speef, not able to play as the Tomb Kings this time. He's going to play as the Dogs of War instead. And what is his plan? What is the spec? What is the hero? We shall see. Is it the Caliph? The Arabi? Or is it going to be something else? Hero begins now. Wow, the Paymaster. Okay. Okay, so the Paymaster for Speef. That means the default spec for the Dogs of War. I don't know the specific name of it, I'm not going to lie, but Paymaster, quite a strong hero. The units for this spec as well, not too bad, but I expect it to just be mass crossbows from Speef, and we'll see how early the timing actually ends up being. The hero now in production, Taker of Skulls this time for Krioria. We'll see what the spec is soon. But does he go Bloodletters? Is it Bloodletters this time instead of Plague Bearers early? Paymaster comes up. Spec looks like for Speef. Oh, I can't remember Sea Dragon. Sea Dragon, Sea Dragon. I guess it's just connected to this one, so the main spec. But I feel like it was different before. It must have changed a little bit, but looks like the Corn spec for Krioria. He's all in. Bloodletters, Taker of Skulls. Damage is on the menu for him. So Paymaster, he has to wait a little bit. Bazaar coming up. Forge also there, and that looks like mass crossbows indeed. Oh. Wow, okay, Outriders. Outriders, of course, the unit that you get or are provided with this spec. Interesting choice. Interesting choice, no doubt about it. But his creeping a little bit behind, of course. And Krioria going to get level 2 first. We'll decide whether, well, yeah, he's going to decide whether he wants to take this or this camp. Both are about the same in terms of difficulty, though. But creeping now beginning for Speef on the other side. First Outrider is out. And Shop also on the way. So mass Outriders, I guess, for Speef. And Krioria unlucky. Negative armor. Maximum amount. Makes creeping a little bit harder. Wow, Mace is striking. First item for Speef. Gloves of Haste for Krioria. They're about equal in terms of value, I suppose, at this point in the game. But level 2, Taker of Skulls is acquired. And what is the item? Gloves, Gauntlets, Strength. Very nice. And yep, there we go. The Halberdier summons. I believe these are from the Paymaster. Second Outriders here as well. And third coming very soon. We'll see if he decides to tech early, but I expect him to probably clear this and then clear his expansion. For a somewhat fast expo. But more and more units coming up here for Krioria. Early Demonic Armory. For the upgrades for the Bloodletters. And we'll see when he decides to tech to T2. But it doesn't look like he plans on expanding anytime soon. So Kite Shield acquired on the Paymaster for Speef. And what's the plan? Upgrades begin. Gotta clear maybe this camp up top. No. Okay. Looks like he's decided it's time. He's going to cross the map and check the expo most likely. But first, yep, centers in the map. It is nighttime, doesn't quite see Krioria and the army attempting to maybe clear this camp, but comes the Outriders, move quite fast, and quickly checks the expo. Sees that it hasn't been started or cleared, and just like last game, he's wrapping around straight into the main. And might find at least one worker kill for his troubles as well. Krioria busy clearing this camp. Might get level 3 for the Taker of Skulls off of it. And Scroll of the Beast picked up. Nice. Getting blocked a little bit. Taking a little bit of time. Does lose one worker. Not able to finish this crystal. Doesn't sack and create a building. That means a good amount of production now wasted, unfortunately, and second worker going down. Yep, straight into the back line, the Outriders. TP used by Krioria. Army is on the way, but these bloodletters are very low, and immediately Speef reacting, he sees that. And one bloodletter down, second one down. Now hero focus on the menu. So the scroll was used. Scroll of the Beast did not hit some of these units, it looks like, in the army, but hit most of them. And now the fight begins. But this pressure from Speef can just continue. The units are fast. He can cut back as much as he wants. Level 3 now secured on the Paymaster, but the tower is up for Krioria. And that just might be enough to force Speef back. We shall see. He's going to lose another bloodletter. And Speef not quite deterred yet. The micro is good. He's kiting well. One Outrider getting fairly low. But overall, the trades are good for Speef. His economy is undamaged. And he's teching just now. More Outriders on the way. He's already got the upgrades. Krioria has to renew much of his army. His army's health very, very low. And yeah, the Legionary tent up once again. The specialty of the Paymaster. 3 units spawning from the tent just like Tinker in regular Warcraft 3. Which means the attack on the base and the siege can continue. But this could provide some free and much needed XP for the Taker of Skulls. Oh, one does go down to the tower, no XP granted. Meanwhile, level 4 on the Paymaster. Oh, but the Outriders are so fast. All of the focus really just on to the Paymaster. Tent in the base. Going to be destroyed quickly. More and more demons going down, though. And not necessarily as many coming up. More and more XP for the Paymaster. The Outriders, all relatively unhurt. And this looks scary. The Outriders focusing now onto the tower in the main. And once this tower goes down, I don't know about defending the base. Situation looking very similar to last game. But the repair is at least there. Paymaster did head back. Gonna pick up supplies, try and heal himself, and rejoin the army soon. We'll see if he opts to grab boots and TP back or not. But one Outrider finally killed. And we might have a second as well. So much needed XP is being handed over to Krioria. But he's still just stuck in the back. There is no shop. Can't heal the Taker's Skulls. He's just gonna have to hope that this tower is enough to deter the attack. And it looks like it is. So Speef gonna pull back his units. Paymaster basically fully healed at this point up in the main base. And first Coliseum being built. Well, we have a second hero joining him. Second Coliseum was actually built back here. Oh, okay. Shop is up for Krioria now. Does have a few bloodletters that he made. But what's the plan? The economy was under attack for quite a while, which means Speef is very ahead. Not only in terms of supply, but also in terms of production, in terms of lumber, in terms of gold. And Krioria looking like he's just going to prepare more and more units. Not necessarily a bad option, but is he going to have the goal to actually transform these units and finish them? Speef headed back. The Outriders healthy now after drinking some potions. The Colosseums are up. More and more upgrades on the way for the Outriders. And they continue to join us. No second tower in the main for Krioria. Mass blood letters in the defense. But the Outriders are only going to get stronger. The Paymaster only going to be better and better. So, skirmish begins once again. Bloodletters getting focused down one by one. Paymaster level 5 now. Legionary tent Legionary tent. Barracks, I suppose. Completely undamaged. And ooh, not going to take this out with the unit. XP gone to the ether once again. And buildings now being focused. Slanishi Sphere going to be the first to go down. Most likely. But the focus shifts back onto the units. One Bloodletter's going to go down. Belvedere on the other side. Ends up going down, I think, to the tower. Doesn't give XP over once again. Another Legionary tent going to go down. Tower going to secure yet another kill. Oh, that's unlucky. Just no XP going over to the Taker of Skulls. And yep, there's too many units. Second upgrade now was completed. 2-1 upgrades on the way. Bloodletter's having trouble fighting back. Level 6 on the Paymaster. Speef cycling out units quite well, keeping most of his army alive. And not even going to lose a single one of these Outriders. That means attack on the base can continue. Demonic Armory finished in the back, possibly going to bring up another tower. But Krioria is in a lot of trouble. He's in so much trouble, and the pressure continues to mount. Can he withstand it? Can he withstand it? Gonna get a quick pause in just to get this updated because it is 1-0 for Speef. Sorry, folks. Just don't want it to be too confusing on YouTube. It's already going to be confusing enough once people watch it back and see that it's 0-0 in game 2, but that's okay. Oh, and looks like it was not quite in time, but we'll say it was in time because it wasn't quite over. So GG. Krioria just going to call it there. Doesn't have the resources to continue. Doesn't have the units. Doesn't have the levels on his hero. And GG. This series going 2-0 to Speef. Well played on both the Tomb Kings and the Dogs of War. Yeah, the pressure just a little too much for Krioria to handle in this series, though. So